Okay, guys. Uh, this is a request for satisfaction. Uh, I'm not going to call this a Ask Uncle Cal. Um, um, but he wanted to know my entire martial arts history. Um, so my interest in martial arts began as a uh, young boy, watching Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, and the Karate Kid. You know, whatever my parents would let me watch, and some things my dad would let me watch that my mom said it wasn't okay. Um, um, so I I was always interested in martial arts, learning these techniques, ninjas, uh, their weapons, all that type of stuff. And I said, one day I said to my parents, like, I want to learn this. And what being uh, encouraging CP parents, they said, okay, let's see what we can find. First of all, guys, my first martial art teacher, technically, was my maternal grandfather. He taught my brother and I what he learned in the army, and so yeah, my first martial arts teacher was Grandpa. Um, so there's that. Uh, so I wanted to take classes. We we first went to the first school closest to where we lived at the time. Um, I went there twice to learn, uh, and then they decided they couldn't take me for some reason. Um, they basically said to my mom, "Sorry, we can't do anything with him. But here's a magazine. He can and a uniform. He can pretend and look at this magazine." So there's took took a little time to find another school, uh, and found another guy, an American karate school. But the guy was too in my face. It was a private class, and as I I just didn't like it, the way he was teaching me, and honestly, neither did my mom. He was way too much in my face, so I left there. Um, took a little bit more time off. We found where I eventually ended up at the time it was called uh, YK Kim's School of Taekwondo or something. Uh, Trained there a while. Then they changed names to Martial Arts World. Uh, their martial arts style and philosophy changed dramatically. I stayed there. Um, got my black belt. Did all the testing for the belts before. We're not going to go through all the belts. Um, with a few people giving me a hard time for various reasons. I'm lazy. Why are you here? Um, Accusing me of saying things I didn't say. Uh, got my instructorship with the encouragement of the head instructor of the school I was at the time, or before, no, before that I joined the internship. See, you had to join the internship. You learned how to teach in the internship classes, as well as trained your own curriculum, took the week-long instructor certification when you got to the point where you could test for your second degree black belt. So effectively, when you're getting your instructorship, you're also testing for both. You're testing to get your instructorship, and you're testing to get your second degree black belt. So did that. Got all the other certificates that went along with it. I'm not going to go through all that right now. Stayed there a while, taught, helped with the kids program, all that good stuff. Fought to take classes so I could test for my third degree black belt. Got my third degree black belt. They changed philosophies again. Started getting frustrated. They started letting people test without making them go through the required steps that they put in place. Basically, it was a lot of favoritism. I got really frustrated with that. Was hoping to get an actual job there because being an educational instructor, that's what they called it. Okay, you taught for free, but you also trained for free. But to get there and actually train yourself was hard, because every time you went to train, you ended up helping to teach. So, kept getting frustrated, but I was like, I want to get my fourth degree black belt. I want to get my master's one day. I'm going to stick this out for as long as my brain will let me. My dad retired. Schedules changed. He got a small job at Home Depot, and it was hard to fit in when to take Josh to martial arts. And then my dad passed away, and then hopes of any of that went to pot. And moved here, and now I'm waiting for this whole big change. So I'm in limbo. So that's pretty much all of Uncle Cow's martial arts history. I was basically taught a chair-bound version of Taekwondo. Formerly the guy who taught me pretty much everything I know. He wasn't my main teacher, but he taught me a lot of what I know. Was a paraplegic, was my mentor for a number of years, but then just became a jerk and started accusing me of being negative and lazy, which was so far from the truth. And every time I would make a slip up, he would just continuously beat that dead horse until that dead horse was a moldy pile of gunk, let's just say. And that's when I started getting really frustrated. Then the thing with my dad happened, and that was that. That's all of Uncle Cow's martial arts history. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, Satisfaction, for the suggestion. I'm going to try to put his link in the description of the video. Stay tuned. Stay safe. If you have any questions about anything I discussed, leave it in the comments. I'll answer you in some way. Yeah, guys, stay tuned for a couple unboxings. I'm hoping a few things come together so I can just do one big mailbag. But we'll see. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned, stay safe, and like I always say, don't do anything I wouldn't do.